Attention, 5-9 gamers! We are back with another installment of your favorite Dokkan Battle podcast called the Dokkan Battle Podcast. I am your host, Toon Rami. Joining me this week, some people. We're kind of figuring it out right now, so I'm going to skip around a little bit. If it exists and he's already rainbowed it, the LR King of Dokkan, the Truth.
Hello, my friends. Hello.
The homie who needs no introduction, Goresh.
Hello, my friends. Hello.
Introducing for the very first time on 5-9 Gaming, the Lightning Emperor, Saito Raijin.
What's good, Chiefs?
I'll come up with a better intro. Did you say
Hey,
cheese?
Chiefs.
Oh.
Well, everyone
What's up,
mistakes my
Chiefs?
words for things. Like, what's good? Cheese. I'm Cheese. What's good?
Welcome to the 5-9 fam.
Appreciate it.
We also have a couple other people who are supposed to be showing up, but we're having some technical difficulties, so please bear with us. You'll have to settle for the four of us for right now. Make sure you guys are locked in across all of our social media platforms and connect with the 5-9G network today. Follow us on Twitch, Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube, join the Discord, check out the Facebook fan page, the subreddit, the website, everything. All the links are everywhere. Make sure you guys lock in right now. And without further ado, let's jump into episode 26, Broly Day. So we're obviously going to start with the main unit, the main talk of the town, the Int Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. With Truth in here, I would feel awkward to not throw this to you first. Let's talk about this unit and let's talk about that active skill because I think you have a few words about that.
Okay. You just want to talk about the?
Let's just jump right in because it's the elephant in the room, man. Just go for it.
Okay. His active skill is very good, right? Very powerful. But the condition is pretty bad. That's it. Like it's just very simple. Like most of the time, you're gonna get it like turn 6 and beyond, and I don't consider that a good condition. But it is very powerful, and also I do think Broly is like really good. Like I took him into the God event, and I was actually really impressed how strong he was, considering it wasn't even going up against a Saiyan. So like Broly is a beast, right? That's it. Like he's super good. It's just like he has that one. Well, he's got a couple negatives, including lack of teams, but like that will be fixed for sure. But conditions pretty poor, yeah. I knew because the thing is, I knew this was going to happen from 17 and Golden Frieza. They have the same condition, and it's like, yeah, Broly has built-in additionals to where he could get some extra supers here and there, but unless he gets it turn 1, it like for the most part, you're not going to see it very often. I didn't think it was going to be that controversial, by the way. Like, I thought it was pretty obvious to me. Like, yeah, turn 6 is not good. Like, people are like, no! Oh, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I think what's more surprising is the reception to your opinion. Like, I was not expecting that vicious of a response, but honestly, for me, I don't mind it. I understand why people say that it's bad because of the unpredictability of it, but for me, that's what makes it inherently more fun. It's kind of like what Goresh always talks about regarding Vegito Blue, physical Vegito Blue. You never know what you're going to get on one turn. He could go 4 super attacks. He could go 1 super attack. And so that unpredictability it sort of extends to the active skill, making it more fun for me because you never know if you're going to be able to use the active skill turn 3, turn whatever, or turn 10. I actually like that.
I think if they were going to make the active skill condition more or less strict, they would make the unit worse. So it's kind of a trade-off. Would you rather have a better unit with a worse condition or a worse unit with a better condition?
No, the way it is the way I'd want it. I think he's really good. Like, just not even counting the active skill at all, right? So.
Right. By the way, introducing the Family Guy himself, International Family Guy himself. Man, I'm all screwed up because this is all messed up. Talon, what's up, man? How you doing?
Ohayou gozaimasu.
Whoa.
You have any thoughts on the Broly? You okay
It's
there?
7 a.m. here, so I'm a little tired. So.
Oh, you like that daylight savings, huh?
Oh God, America, get rid of it already! Come on.
We're saving energy. Come on.
yeah, saving so much energy.
Oh yeah.
So what are your thoughts on the Broly?
So again, first multi. I pulled the Gohan and Goten and Trunks on a single. I pulled Broly on the first multi here. So I've been using him at 55%. Link's around level 5 or so, but he's a very good card. Funny enough, like Crew said, his conditions or his active skill just suck. They're terrible. Great effects once you actually get it, but just terrible requirements to actually get it. But again, the dude is super strong. He do gets attack and defense, right out of the gate, key automatically, which is really good, especially because he's an extreme unit and you have to run him on type. Then he doesn't, get affected that much or anything like that. Then you obviously have the damage mitigation, the crit chance, and the natty only increases more when you're facing off against 75% of the game and everything like that. Even without it, though, it works out really well. So I'm very impressed. I'm definitely very impressed with the card. The only thing I don't particularly like about him is that he unfortunately still has the one link that all Broly units have, which is the Berserker link, which you never see activated because, it's just below 50% still. So it's unfortunate that you rarely get to see that link. It's super powerful, but yeah. Other than that, like him. It's a great card.
All things considered, he's a pretty standard unit, a sort of build that you come to see in Dokkan quite often. But Saito, Mr. Thickwater, do you think that even though he's got a pretty archaic build, is this unit so good that it kind of surpasses and exceeds all expectations for the classic stacking unit?
Matt, for Broly it does, because people have been waiting for a Broly card like this for a very long time. But comparing him to other stacking cards, like you think about it, who's a really good one?
Gohan.
Well, I was going to say Tech Gohan, but I can't compare him to Tech Gohan because I still think Tech Gohan is better. But if you compare him to his easy counterpart, like the physical Broly, it's a step up. It's a step in the right direction. I'm not really an active skill type of user anyway, so he's thick, like thick water.
Just one point I would make talking about Gohan versus Broly, I think helps Broly is that he gives himself key. Okay. So when you use Broly in difficult content, right? Super Battle Road, God events, places like that, Broly, the way he gives himself key is going to help him a lot. Gohan does that too, but he sort of builds up as time goes on. He gets 1 key at the start of every turn. Whereas Broly just gets that 3 right away, which is actually really helpful
good
for difficult content, right? That makes him a bit more consistent. Because like Gohan early in difficult events, I've found, it's pretty common where you'll sort of miss super attacks early on, right? Because you're just like his link set is definitely wonky. That's sort of his downside. But Broly doesn't really have that problem.
Yeah, I think for me, when I think about this Broly, because I literally just did my showcase of him last night. I recorded it last night, the video went up today. And I'm like, okay, I'm building his teams. And the one thing I noticed when I was building the teams was that it's actually pretty difficult to make a team with him that isn't attaching him to Tech Broly or, the AGL Dragon Ball Super Broly or the physical Dragon Ball Super Broly. Because a lot of his teams, there aren't that many, super good linking partners for him. And I feel like that's the one aspect of him where you're sort of just like, well, I wish he was better. I wish he had, space traveling warriors, because somehow they didn't give that to him, even though he traveled through space like a million times.
Yeah.
Somebody doesn't have, he doesn't have, okay, because remember this. In the Dokkan now, they talked about, he's going to work really well alongside Bojack and Turles. He's not on Terrifying Conquerors, and he's not on Space Traveling Warriors. So, like, how is he going to work well with them?
Yeah, that is such a meme.
It's just Movie Boss, sadly. Is that so? If would that be then the optimal team if you were to assemble Bojack, Turles, and Broly together on Movie Bosses? Is that
No, definitely
No, you don't. You just run like 4 Brolys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I would like to run them on Inhuman D's, but
Yeah, Inhuman Deeds would be a very good setup for him, absolutely.
Right.
But yeah, right now that team is completely dead. So
he ain't there.
realistically, memes aside, where do you rank this unit in the top TURs?
I mean, me personally, I'd go Gogeta then Broly. I've been very impressed with him.
I don't need more time.
Yeah, I need more time to think about it. I have no idea right now.
Yeah, I need to use him in a few more events first before I give a final grade.
I feel like he's probably in the top 3. Yeah, I think I probably would be pretty comfortable saying he's in the top 3.
I feel like he need a dupe. I need a dupe for him.
Yeah,
I feel like he needs a dupe.
He is a unit that would scale better with dupes just because he gets so many additionals, right?
Yeah. And then the other thing too, when people talk about his active skill condition, they're saying like, oh, you had the wrong build. You want to go full additional. I would argue you probably want more crits because a huge amount of his damage is coming additional normal attacks he does. So like you want the crits so that those additional normals actually do something. Right?
The biggest thing to keep in mind too for just the way that his kit works is that because he's getting so many additionals anyway, you have a higher chance of getting the additional from his hidden potential just from those additional attacks anyway.
Yeah, because there's more instances where it has to recalculate, right?
It crits because okay, he has these additionals that he'll do, right? But it's still a 70% chance it's going to be a normal attack, and if it's a normal attack that's not a crit, it's basically worthless. It does nothing. You probably want to build this guy very similar to how you build Blue Kaioken Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta.
Maybe. The only reason why I say maybe is because they're already physical type, and I think 11 additional is already sufficient for them.
Yeah, they definitely have a benefit there. Yeah.
My only point with that was that that unit specifically, I think, is like one of your best like options to go with, like the if you've got like a silver physical level 5 crit, you want to give it to them after like Vegito Blue.
No, I feel like I might go. I feel like I might go like 12 crit, not 9 additional in this Broly is what I might do.
Right now my Broly is 17 additional and 11 crit, and I regret it. I wish he had more crit.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. I think I'm going to do 12 crit, 9 additional.
I think he's one of the ideal picks. I think for the level 3 crit and additional gold.
Oh,
Could you imagine running this guy with the LR STR Broly, the EZA?
That EZA is going to be something disgusting.
That's gonna...
I see what you're going for there, too, Rami.
Yeah. So let's talk about it.
It's going to be fun on global too, huh?
Well,
yeah, it's going to be
man.
Great. The same name update is looking real good on global right now.
Yeah. What I'm really wondering is are y'all going to take him into LGE day 1 just to see how he fares?
Yeah.
Oh, I did. It was great.
Oh man, how well did he put out?
Dude, this Broly is a monster. I even ran him at an 80% leader skill, and we still ran through the entire thing. It was awesome. I have so much fun. He's such an old formatted unit, but it's so much fun using him. It's so satisfying to use this guy.
Well, okay. Just talking about your point of running the Dokkan Fest Broly and the LR Broly together, I don't know, because what setup are you going to do that on, right? Because you're not going to run Dokkan Fest Broly. I don't think you want to run a leader and a friend of him and then also run the LR. That team is not going to function that well because you want to run the LR in slot 2, obviously.
No, you can run them in slot 3.
Okay, that's the third best unit in the game. We're running him as a floater, slot 3.
Yeah, well, I'm
throw him off
like, why is that bad? He has like 250k defense after he attacks.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that LR Broly, you want him on rotation because you want more turns of him.
Well, yeah,
I guess that works. That does work.
Not if you're gonna be sacrificing like your rotations for him.
I suppose. I mean.
Like this is what I've been saying about the LR Prime Battle Frieza the whole time too. Is like he's like one of the better floaters in the game.
Yes, that I think really comes out in the God event too. Like,
yeah, so how is that different than this Broly?
Yeah. Well, the thing about Dokkan Fest Broly is typically I've found like if he just gets like one attack off, then he's like fine in slot 1. Like it's just like one singular attack, and he's able to really tank well in slot 1. So you could easily have the two of them, I guess, as the leaders of the team in slot 1. And then you could float the Broly.
Yeah,
that just like speaks to I think Dokkan Fest Broly's main issue right now, which is by saying that he doesn't really have teams.
I mean, you could always, depending on the attacks in the turn, you could always reverse that and float the int 1 and then keep this STR 1 on rotation too, right? Like, what if you're in Super Battle Road and you're fighting like 4 enemies? And somehow there's like no attacks at the start. You could just put that STR Broly in the front and just kill everyone.
With this guy's EZA, he clears his own weakness with the whole defensive liability. He gains ki on his own when he's fighting pure Saiyans or hybrid Saiyans. And Truth just said that this is the 3rd best unit in the game.
Well, I don't actually know. He's in the top 10 for sure, but I don't know where I would actually place him besides that.
Do you think that these LR EZAs are coming out the gate way too strong, or do you feel like this is exactly how it should be given that they're LRs?
Yeah, I think it's fine. Because they're not... The other thing, too, is like both Goku and Frieza and LR Bro... Like, it's not like they're just like invincible, untouchable juggernauts. Like, they still need a little help from units around them to be this good. Like, that's why people have always been like... Dude, the numbers dudes on the Reddit... Oh, Goku and Frieza. It's like, okay, sure. yeah, when you're running, God Topo on the team without a leader skill, and you're running, Turles on there, and you'd have, the 50% support Tien. But these units need the help. Like, it's not like they're just like invincible killers of the world, like just by themselves, right? And that's the thing about both Broly and Goku and Frieza. Even after their EZAs, they do need help.
Alan, how much more looking forward to the World Tournament? How are you with this? That's a bad grammar. How are you looking forward to the World Tournament with this LR Broly? I'm also sleepy.
This has not changed in my opinion on the World Tournament at all. It's gonna make it technically easier now. You can throw this guy in the slot 1 because he's at least gonna have some attack and defense automatically, and then he's good to go. So yeah, I mean, hey, I guess as a guys, sarcasm here, by the way, for everyone in the chat. Maybe it's a good thing that Global actually was broken for a while, because now you guys don't have your World Tournaments until after you get the EZA for LR Broly.
Yeah, Alan, hello. They got 10 free stones. Yeah,
I know, right? Oh my gosh.
All right, I was gonna do my best not to bring that up, but all right.
Let's not bring up the elephant in the room. Sure.
It wasn't even that
You want to
bad.
talk about it? Let's
What are you
talk
saying about me?
Why would we not talk about it?
Wait, I just want to say
no.
one thing about the Broly before we move on to that.
Okay.
Which is that because of the fact that he no longer needs any links to even just one-shot every unit on the enemy team in the World Tournament anymore, means you can bring other AoE units that don't link up with him just to get more chances at getting an AoE unit on every rotation.
Yeah, because he gets key from fighting pure and hybrid Saiyans, and you run into that literally every single team in the World Tournament.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
yeah. Like they actually made him perfect for World Tournament.
There will almost.
You are completely forgiven, by the way.
I was going to say there will almost never be a better World Tournament unit than this guy.
Yeah, for sure. Mass Lincoln, you are completely forgiven. Welcome. We know.
Yeah, so good old daylight savings time, huh? Yeah, it's time
it ruins
in the UK.
lives. Yeah.
So I'm sat there at work, see Twitter, like, hey, we're live now on Twitch. I'm like, oh, I see.
All right, so let's start with Saito on the elephant in the room, the global shenanigans. So you might have heard we got 10 Dragon Stones for this entire week's worth of non-Dokkaning. What was your initial reaction to that whole thing?
This is gonna sound so bad, but it didn't bother me in the slightest.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't have started with you.
Because look, I look at it from the perspective, like, it's like, say that Dokkan decided to take an event out of the game because they wanted to edit or something. You had to wait in like do a whole maintenance just to get it back, but you will have no complaints. This just gave you opportunity just to farm other events that you just never touch. That's why I look at it from. And then 10 stones, come on, man. It didn't bother me in the slightest. I'm weird. I'm a weird Dokkan player.
The thing is, I see where you're coming from, but the fact that like Dokkan's primary endgame content, Super Battle Road, Legendary Goku event, the main reason why you'd summon on banners and level up your units not being there for a whole week without really any indication of it coming back anytime soon, doesn't that bother you or make you wonder why we only got 10 stones as a compensation for it?
There is, okay, let me tag in real fast. There was a point, I've never been able to find out exactly what this was. I believe it was Wokey was telling me about this before. There was an issue one time on JP, this is very shortly after the game released, where super attacks did not work or something along those lines. Like character super attacks didn't work. I believe it was when like a Cell drop, like Cell and Gohan came out or something like that. And they gave out, I believe, 50 stones because super attacks did not work, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that, like, I don't know how long the issue was. I assume it wasn't a week, and it was worth 50 stones, right? So, like, I was a little surprised that it's like, again, because people were tweeting me every day, like, I just used a support item and the game crashed. What happened? Like, it's not like people, like, everyone in the world just instantly knew what was going on. Like, players would, like, be trying to play the game, and the game is crashing, and they have no idea what's going on, right? Because people don't really check the news.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but that was also so long ago that you can't really expect them to be consistent going that far back, right?
I guess. But I still have not been able to find, like, evidence or proof of it. I've never been able to find a Reddit post on it. I've never been able to find, like, even on, like, the Dokkan Wiki, I've, like, talked about, like, I'm looking for evidence of this, but never been able to find it. There was another infamous one way early where the Ginyu Force banner was messed up, and they gave out refunds for that. But, like, that's, again, there is, like, evidence of that. But this super attack glitch, I've never been able to find the proof of it.
Ningen, what are your thoughts on the 10 stone compensation?
I mean, I think it was people were expecting a crazy amount. Obviously, anytime anyone says 300 stones, they're memeing, even if they're trying to keep a straight face. Like, I saw people trying to argue that like 300 stones was the exact perfect amount that we should get. But people are literally only saying that because it happened one time on JP. And yeah, a lot of people were saying, you know, they obviously don't think it's a huge issue because part of like the game is still playable to a certain extent, and you could still buy stones and summon, which is the thing they probably care the most about. The only thing that I found irritating was that it took so long to get like updates, and obviously people were very split on how they should do things. Like I saw people arguing, saying, "Oh, you know, would you rather they give us an update every day, just saying it's still not fixed?" Well, actually, yes. Opposed to them not saying anything, yes, I would actually prefer that.
I think that would be good. Yeah, I agree.
Why would you not prefer that?
Yeah, I really thought that because the weekend was the big one, because obviously Super Mario Road not available, and I really thought I was kind of not going off at them. I was like, okay, it's the weekend. I know a lot of people don't think that's a good excuse, but like Monday morning, we'll get some kind of update. And then when we didn't get anything on Monday morning, that's when I started to get a little bit irritated. So I think the lack of communication was probably the biggest thing. It's an annoying issue. You can argue about how much stones you think we deserved for it, but I think the biggest problem was the communication, because obviously we are all memeing about the fact they obviously have those like scheduled tweets. So they're putting out news updates and stuff being like, oh, by the way, Infinite Dragon Ball History will be unavailable starting from today because we're adding a new stage. And it's like, really? It's been unavailable for the last like 5 days. So
dude,
yeah,
that
seems a little bit tone deaf.
Dude, $10, that stuff has been scheduled out weeks in advance on that stuff. And so, you know, I mean, come on, this is Dokkan. When have they ever been good at communication? So...
Well, I think what slowly irritated me, like every single day that I thought about it, was the fact that for so long they said nothing, and then the seemingly tone-deaf announcement that was made after this whole thing was resolved, it just didn't seem like there was. Again, I guess this is typical behavior for them, but there seemed to be no real lack of remorse or real indication of remorse.
Sense of urgency.
All of this that they went through.
I just love that
sense
word.
of urgency. Because wait. Because let's be realistic here, right? If there was an issue with the shop and you couldn't buy Dragon Stones, do you think it would take them as long to fix that as it did take them to fix this?
No.
Remember our Pilaf scam incident, Gresh?
Yeah, it's fixed in like 5 seconds.
In like 5 seconds, yeah. So it just seems like because of just saying nothing for so long and then coming out with such a tone-deaf statement, that I think that's what kind of left me a little more irritated than I normally would be.
I just think they generally can't communicate in English.
They can't.
I'm not even memeing. Like that's
That
actually what I
does
think.
seem to be the issue, right?
No, that is.
Yeah.
Oh. Plus, guys, hello. This was a perfect opportunity for you to expand your horizons, play new games, try new things out, go for a walk.
No.
Well,
This guy, man.
Or do some levelings.
Do we want to talk about your translation sometimes, Gresh, or do we want to leave that alone?
I'll leave it alone.
Huh?
Okay. All right.
Because sometimes they use. I'll just say that sometimes they use the exact same phrasing that I use in my translations.
Yeah.
I'm not
And it's like
surprised.
that's the thing I've always heard with like translating Japanese is like you can fairly easily tell, right? Like if it's just sort of like, you know, borrowed translations, we could say, right, or your own.
Sometimes, yeah.
That's
sometimes there's like
when you're not too lazy to do them, right, Goresh?
sometimes there's like 900 different words you could use to translate one word, and like if you use the same one, it's kind of just like, oh, well, it's pretty not highly likely that was just them also doing the same word.
By the way, Saito, to be fair, that's exactly what I did. I think I maxed out like 4 characters during this whole.
I was just saying, man, like when I think about it, I can understand from like a new player that's been playing for a couple months and then boom goes Dynamite, all the events, even if you have keys, want to do SBR and just there's nothing in the game to do, or your team's just not strong enough to play events that you actually have to use like items and have items crash your system. Maybe this is just a big issue. But for people who've been playing it for a hot minute that only just play LGE to freaking run through teams, this is level linking. It was still there. It doesn't require no items at all. And by the time they would have had it fixed, whether it had been months, days, you would have had some progress done with units that you never thought that you were going to even be working on.
Yep.
just because all the free time that you had.
How many units did you max out during that time?
4 or 5.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I've been.
I want to more on who, what for. Let me hear. Let's see who you've been working on.
I worked on my NLR cell because I wasn't even too big on leveling, so I just say, let me just start doing it. So I did LR in cell. I started working on BROLY. I have a couple of his at 8. STR Namek Goku. No one really even uses the unit. I do.
Ooh, I love that.
Physical BROLY and STR Cell.
Cells are good because cells got a couple of links that get really powerful once you get them to 10 or close to 10.
He slept
Life
on.
really good.
I need to finish Cooler.
Okay.
I think that's your first mistake. You need to drop everything else. You need to finish Cooler. Then you
whoa,
move back over
whoa,
to Cell.
but I use Cooler so much that I'll be like, man, look, why do I even touch this unit? Put him away.
Okay.
I know he's good.
Where's your big bad bosses? Where's your big bad bosses?
Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna have Dokkan open right now. Let me see.
That's the important thing. If your big bad boss is level 10, I can forgive you. If it's not, then oh man, first day on the job, we're gonna have a problem here.
Okay. Can I get a leeway at 8? Because I know I just got a 9 on him somewhere. I don't know which one it was, but give me some leeway. Hold on.
Talon, if it makes you feel better, I maxed out physical cooler and I maxed out the int metacooler army during this week.
Hey, very, very impressive. Physical cooler, I'm always impressed with.
Army. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Free to play, baby. All right, so let's talk about. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I finally got Turles to finish. He was one of those the LR. I had one link at 9 for almost 2 weeks. So.
Yeah, I think I have 2 level 9s still on Turles. But let's talk about Saiyan Day overall. So we've got the Infinite Dragon Ball history. We've got the Broly, obviously, and that's it. So is this
whoa, Patan battle, hello?
Okay, sure, yeah.
Whoa, chain battle, hello?
Man, look.
You're also forgetting the Easy A area tune, Rami.
I wasn't even okay. All right, go ahead.
Easy A for Broly. Easy A for Broly.
I was gonna say, to start out, is this how you would imagine a Saiyan Day celebration going? And given everything else that's coming up, Truth, do you think this is a good Saiyan Day campaign?
I would expect it to be worse, to be honest.
Yeah, that's people at some point put this on the level of like Golden Week or Tanabata or New Year's or Anniversary, right? And it's not on that level. That's the thing. Like it's like this is just a little 2-week celebration. This is just like a little extra thing here.
I was about to say, in what world is this in the same realm as those other celebrations? Like, oh man.
Well, I think because the only other time we really have to go off of to compare this Saiyan Day celebration to is the one last year, right? That was like the worst celebration ever for global.
Oof.
I think what they try to do, I think what their mindset was going into this 2020 Saiyan Day was, oh, Team Bardock, they're gonna love that, and then they've just like put all the eggs in the basket of Team Bardock, when it's like, yeah, it's cool, but where are you actually gonna run that team?
Yeah, they suck.
But by the way, we're still waiting for the last copies of the LR too. So
Yeah, it's been a whole year, man. At this point, who even cares?
yeah,
Thanks.
nobody.
I mean, I would like it, yeah, but I mean, this is a whole year. They don't even know that's why they don't even know what they want to do with it.
But again, because if you compare this Saiyan Day to last year's, like last year's Saiyan Day literally didn't bring a single thing for global, 0, actually nothing. And this year we're getting at least Chain Battle, we're getting Infinite Dragon Ball history, and all the Extreme Z area. So we're getting stuff to do, which is better than last year. So.
Why? Just the mention of Chain Battle makes me laugh. I'm sorry.
My soul.
We
Last
do
Chain
love
Battle
Chain
wasn't
Battle
that
over
bad,
here.
though.
Which one was last Chain Battle? That was the Omega.
Oh, no, that was
Omega
horrible.
Shamrock.
That was like the worst one so far.
It wasn't even that bad.
No, yes, it was. Yeah, it sure was.
Man.
I think the Gohan one you guys are about to get, I think is a lot better than that Omega Shenron one.
I think the only valid complaint that I've seen from people, which is 100% like I'll agree with, is I have no idea why they're still delaying the ESBR category stages for global.
Yep.
Oh.
It makes 0 sense. And literally, again, this is a product of 2020 Saiyan Day.
Yep.
They all started back a year ago when they decided not to drop the same ESPR stages for global as JP got.
Because those stages.
It's all
came out-
domino effect from that. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Those stages that JP got came out during the worldwide download celebration, right? So like Global got the first 10 stages, and then JP got the next 10 during that celebration. So I felt like this Saiyan Day was a reasonable option, like a landing point for those extra 10 stages. Like I don't think if people were expecting that here, that was that out of the realm of possibility since it happened on JP last year, right?
Yeah, because there was at least something Super Battle Road related, although it was for Global, it was essentially a joke because JP got the first 10 stages and Global at least got the Super Battle Road is available every day. And this time we didn't even get that.
I don't think either version's got it, did it?
Nope.
No.
SBR. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Can you guys clear up the whole part 2? Is there a part 2 coming? Is there not a part 2 coming confusion?
No, there's no
there
part
shouldn't be.
2.
There's no part 2. Yeah.
No.
there's
Yeah,
no part 2.
They referenced it was either the co-op campaign or the EZA as being during the latter half of the celebration, right? And it was just that's sort of like just kind of miscommunicated into there's going to be a part 2.
It wasn't even miscommunication. It was just people were like, "Oh, part 2." Or, no, he didn't even say part 2. He said second half.
Yeah.
And guess what?
Yeah.
If you look at every single celebration with an EZA, they're always in the second half.
Yep.
It's just like people always like even when PyCon and Janemba came out, like people were into like, oh, Gogeta part 2 LR, here he comes. But it's like, well, that's like leading up to the anniversary for JP, so there's not going to be a part 2. It's always very easy to tell, right, when there's going to be a part 2 potential LR. Because Dokkan in the last 2 years, they've sort of like lined themselves up for the schedule and they're really sticking to it. It's very easy to predict when Dokkan is going to drop an LR, when they're going to drop a normal unit, right? Like it's very easy to sort of tell now.
Truth briefly touched on it, so let's dive into the next topic, which is Peton Battle. JP got a few updates recently, some pretty solid ones, some things we were not expecting. You're getting 3 gacha coins per SSR, which is crazy,
nice.
crazy good.
Yep.
Of course, the same name update, and then Peton Battle. So, Truth, Talon, take it away. What's your number one favorite thing about this new update?
So, I mean, the same name update is very good. It's not going to be more so for like, oh, now we're running the SSR or the TUR of these LRs or something like that. But more so like now you're running LR Rose on the team and you can also run AGL EZA Rose, right? Or like you're running physical Vegito Blue and then you can run the LR STR Vegito Blue, like that type of like. There's very good team builds you can rock having multiple versions of these characters. They're also setting it up so in the future, Super Saiyan Goku is the infamous one, where there's actually like 5, 6, or 7 Dokkan Fest or summonable LR Super Saiyan Goku moments that they still could do, right? And now you could sort of get multiple of them on teams, right? Because again, Super Saiyan Goku against Cooler, against Broly, against Frieza, Namek, against Cell, like all LR worthy moments. And now you could sort of mix and match a couple of them on there. Obviously, we see the Brolys, right? Now there's this Dokkan Fest Broly and then EZA Broly you could use on the same team, although there's not really a great build for it. So like the same name update, it's very good, even though units don't link together. And the problem is that if units link together, you really would kill team building. Because then it's just like, oh, I'm just running Broly and like you just run the full team, right? The 6 Vegito Blue team would like no meme aside, like that's actually what you would run because they're all linking up perfectly. Like there's no like creativity or anything like that there. So I thought that this was a good way to do the same name update at very least at the start, which is not have them link together. And then like if it's like an issue or it sucks, they could just make them link together in the future. But upon using it a bit, I like it. I think it's absolutely fine. Like last night, Broly doesn't have a good team, right? That's my main issue with him is he doesn't, besides movie bosses, he doesn't really have good setups. I took him into the God event, but I used 2 golden Friezas on that team. And like it really worked well, right? So
yeah, because every link and all the links in this game are pretty much character based, right? You have Frieza links that are on all Frieza units. You have Saiyan links that are for Saiyan. Cell links are Cell links. Android links are Android links. Like most of the links in the game, besides like Tournament of Power, are like all based on like a certain type of character, right? So if they made the same name characters able to link with each other, you would just run the same, like that would be instantly their best team, pretty much, right? especially after the link level update, right? Where you just have like the links to the most important things in the game
Yeah.
pretty much now. Like, why would you not run like a full Vegito team? Why would you not run a full Cell team? Why would you not run a full Frieza team? Like, it would just become like it would dominate the game too heavily, I think.
Saito, let me ask you about the gacha coin redemption thing. Do you feel like 3 coins per SSR is too generous, or do you think this is just the right amount of value that you're getting back for an SSR that you get post Rainbow?
Yeah. Make sure to add that in, that the unit does have to be rainbowed in your box. Yep.
Yeah.
SA10 and all.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
the unit has to be rainbowed.
Yeah.
Oh my, 3 coins. I think it's fair. This just go. So does it just go for like any particular SSR, whether it be like an LR or just a regular base SSR?
Yeah, so on banners, right? Say you're summoning on this BROLY banner. Any unit you pull from the BROLY banner that you have rainbowed, you can trade for 3 red coins. And that's the way it's going to work. If you're summoning on a legendary summon banner, any unit you pull you have rainbowed, you could then trade for 3 gold coins. I think the area this helps the most is legendary summon banners.
Right.
Because all the garbage you're going to pull, now you can actually get coins. So that's going to allow you to get summonable LRs much easier than before.
Goresh, you're the numbers guy. Realistically, doesn't this sort of a bonus end up kind of hurting their bottom line because there's so much more return on investment now with each SSR that you turn back in?
I feel like it's kind of deceptive because I think, I don't know the exact percentage, but most of their revenue comes from people summoning on the banner that a unit comes out for the first time. So obviously for most of the player base that's wailing on these banners, they don't really care about the coins. They care about getting the unit done on their first banner. Because again, that's where most of their revenue is coming from. So at the end of the day, the coin system is nice, but in terms of their market and where they're targeting of their player base, this doesn't really affect that as much as you would think, I don't think.
Yeah, because if units were available with coins on their first banner, then obviously that's a different
Yeah,
story. But like you said, a lot of people's hype and where people will dig deep into their wallets is to get the unit on the first banner. Because it's the same argument that always comes up when people say, like, oh, you should skip this banner and wait for something else that's coming. It's always that, like, well, I don't want to wait 6 months for this unit to come back on a banner. So it's nice that you're getting a load more coins. But yeah, those people that want that unit straight away day one, they're still going to keep buying.
Yeah, and then also keep in mind as well that because they have the condition where you have to have the unit rainbowed, it's gonna entice more people to rainbow just random units, right? And summon more. So
On that note, because I'm a global player. So if you already have a unit rainbowed and you have already have multiple copies of that unit, so I'm guessing you can't trade those in at all since you didn't pull
So
those.
the way they did it was, I guess there's some sort of flag on the banner itself, because even after the update, they announced that you couldn't do this with SSRs you had in your box before the update went live, but it was even deeper than that, because banners that were actually up when that update happened, like the Trunks and Goten Dokkan Fest banner, if you pulled after the update, you weren't able to exchange those units. There's something they did in the back end of the game on these banners that sort of signify units you can now trade in from pulling them from that banner. So if you're a global player right now, any unit you've ever pulled, you're not going to be able to trade for coins, right? It's only going to be excess SSRs after the update happens, and then specifically the first banners that come out after the update is already live in game, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it was more because of...
Because honestly, I would think that would be busted.
It's not a situation designed to screw people over either. I think there's actually just some marker that they have on the banner that's really keeping track now where they didn't before. Because people go, oh, you've got the summon history. But it's the summon history is not your entire summon history forever. It's people, I could tell, I've never actually even looked at their summon history, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
a voice from the heavens.
Talon, so Peton Battle. This is the new thing in Dokkan. We've got quite a bit of assets already out there with the images and the landscape and all that, and also we've seen a few graphics. What is your takeaway from what you're seeing here? We already know a little bit more about how it's going to work in terms of the battle itself and the actual mechanics. So what is your takeaway from Peton Battle? Do you feel like this is a promising new event, a new mode, or do you think this is going to be a quick fad that kind of fades after a little bit?
I think, well, I mean, from what we've seen so far, it's still basically like an adventure type thing that Legends does and other games does, right? I'm just triple checking on that. I haven't been able to look at it in the last couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like you mentioned, like a fad, I don't think it's going to be something where you sit down, you're like, okay, I'm going to dedicate this amount of time to playing Peton Battle. I think it's just like you go in, you queue up whatever you have to queue up, and then you go out and do something else.
Yep. Right, exactly. Because I noticed you could hit the back button from the little video that they posted on their Twitter page, and yet that little battle was going on, and it said like 4 hours left or something like that, or whatever it was.
Yeah, you can see a little timer at the top.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So I think it has potential. The only thing I was a little curious about, I guess is the correct word to use, is that it looked like it had, or supposedly through the data mines and everything like that, that in order to get those characters that you are sending out, the AKA the chibi characters and everything, you have to summon for those, or some of them will be summonable or something like that.
Apparently, I think a lot of them are login bonuses just for logging into Peton Battle and then actually beating stages in there. I've seen nothing so far indicating summons or anything like that.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Again, like I said, the last few days I haven't really been on much, but I mean, if that's the case, then I think it's got promise. I think it definitely has some good promise and everything. Again, it's just something you kind of do in the background and everything, but you also are, I'm assuming, going to get stuff from it, you know, once it finishes and if you beat it and everything. So I think it has potential. I need to see a little bit more detail. I need to actually see, like, from start to finish, how it looks, how it works and everything like that. Because obviously in these little videos, they kind of show you that, but as we all know, Dokkan is terrible when it comes to, you know, team setups or trying to show something off and everything. And it's just like, yeah. So I think it's got potential. We'll have to wait and see, though.
And it's going to be releasing in a couple of days now, right? Like,
yeah,
fully?
I think it's coming out with the BROLY Easy
22nd.
22nd. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's nothing in the data that suggests that these are summonable, by the way. At least right now.
Cool.
It's not complete either, so.
Yeah, I would. In the future, they definitely could be, but this first set doesn't seem like it's going to be at all.
They could probably do it on the friend point banner, so.
That'd be cool.
Finally get us to use our friend summons.
Yeah, because again, the global exclusive friend summon banners, so you guys could get Kais and stuff like that. We never got that on JP, so.
Yeah, hashtag JP Shaft.
Don't even. Too soon.
Yeah,
Too
yeah,
soon,
it actually is.
Too
yeah,
soon, bro.
It's definitely too soon. But I would love a reason to use my friend points, right?
Yeah, those are really fun to do.
Any final thoughts on the JP update? Also, there's the stacking thing as well. I forgot to mention.
Excuse me, Garesh. That's an extra video, okay?
That's fun. That's fun content.
Yeah. Retention is high for that one.
Need a skip button for that one.
Yeah, yes.
Anyone else have any final thoughts on the JP update?
Very good. JP,
Yeah, I like it.
I do feel a little bit bad for global players because JP has been like so beyond on fire in 2021, right? And global's had a bunch of issues they've dealt with, but all this amazing stuff that's happening on JP is still coming this year on global as well. It's just more stuff to look forward to, which, I mean, I guess if you're on global is a familiar feeling, right? So.
I just think it's kind of unfortunate the timing of how this was, because it's like global had like these major game breaking issues, and like the next day JP got this like app update that like fixed a lot of the problems they had.
Yeah.
I also feel bad for the producers when they're, you know, they have all those scheduled tweets out there. Now they're the face of the problem, you know, when they're not actually the ones responsible for it.
Yeah,
like,
they can
like
go,
poor
they can
show,
go,
man.
They can go talk to Toshi. He's been through it.
Listen, the meme factory on those tweets was very funny for me.
Yeah.
That's all I know. Yeah. By the way, nice work on the Broly active skill, Truth. Nice work.
I put a lot of effort into voicing that.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
pretty
going to be
funny.
putting me out of business, dude. I don't like that.
I just
All
got
right,
a level 10 link unit. Let's go.
Voice active dance off. Let's go right now. Truth
Yeah.
versus Tune. Who's gonna win?
My money is on Toon.
My money's on me, too. All right, folks, that about wraps up the first half of the show, but don't go anywhere. We will be right back with your questions right after this. Stay tuned.
All right, guys. So before we get into the questions and everything, as always, we want to give a huge shout out to a bunch of people in terms of supporting the channel and everything. First off, shout out to everyone that is here just simply watching the stream. You guys are obviously the backbone of allowing us to do this and everything like that. So just simply hitting that follow button, which, by the way, costs nothing. Thank you so much for all of the awesome support. For those who do feel like they want to give a little more, though, we do want to give a couple of shout outs. First off, to 59 Gaming Funny Clips. Thank you so much for all the bit donations. I believe you had 170 bits in total. You had a bunch of small ones here and there throughout the stream. So thank you so much for the bits. Then next from Killa, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. And then thank you to Sour D Smoke for 4 months of the tier 1 sub. Thank you so much for the awesome support. He has a little message. This minute, Senpai Truth, shout me out.
So Talon, is there a 59 gaming jar that you put, revenue into, or, a penny or something?
Not that I know of.
I don't think he gets it.
All right, continue.
Dude, come on. I have an excuse. I woke up early. It's because your country can't get their daylight savings time.
7 a.m. is really early.
Actually,
It
Talon,
is.
I
On a
just
weekend,
woke
it
up-
is.
I just rolled out of
is.
bed and jumped up here too.
Also, you missed one, but never mind.
I did?
Yep.
You're not showing on the activity feed. There's nothing in the
damn it.
activity feed, so...
That's what's up for me.
Oh, all right. Well, either way, I guess that also that Ningen guy or whatever. I guess he did something. So whatever.
Hey, it's not my fault. It happens to be literally the time of the podcast that my subscription gets resubscribed. So
It's literally not showing up in my activity feed. So I'm sorry about that.
wow.
But
just
anyway,
unsubbing. What's the point?
Tune, go and take it away, man. You got some questions for us. Let's go.
Did you do the announcement?
Oh, sorry about that.
That's okay.
So
It's early.
Oh
It's
my
7 a.m.
God, Talon.
dude, it is. All right, Garesh, you want to take it away? Go ahead, Garesh. Go ahead.
Yeah, so fine. After the podcast at around 9 p.m. Eastern time, make sure you don't mess that up like Talon.
Whoa.
We will be jumping into a stream to promote our Starlight partnership. That we're doing a bunch of Mario-centric games tonight. So Mario Kart plus other things potentially coming up as well. So make sure you guys stick around after the podcast, a little bit after, maybe like 30 minutes after the end of the podcast to check that out. So
One thing I would add in there too, I already made the promise that if the goal is reached, I would do a garbage plate pizza mukbang. So
Yes.
Oh,
if the charity goal is met, I will do a garbage plate pizza mukbang.
Amazing.
so what you're saying is I need to increase it first before this stream before it starts. That way there has a very, very low chance of it actually happening, and we can save your stomach, right?
I told people the number is 1,000. Like if we hit 1,000 donated to that, then I would do it.
Okay. All right.
Wow. Okay, that just escalated. All right, folks. A couple of minutes before the show, we like to throw out a tweet letting you know that the show's coming up. You guys can post your questions, and we will answer some of them on the stream. So we looked through Twitter for this week, and we came up with a few questions. So we're going to start off with Aiden. Aiden asks, where would you guys rank the new Int BROLY in the top 10 TUR, and why do you think he's the best TUR?
I love that end part. Where do you rank him and why is he number one?
I'll tell you one thing: he's definitely the best Int BROLY.
Way to go out on a limb, Gresh. What about the free to play one, dude?
Yeah, he's better than him, I think.
I think.
Man, you seen that super attack on the free to play Broly, man. Look,
I do have a
Tell him,
rainbow.
Saito. Tell him.
like
Dude,
he's
yours rainbow?
looking too saucy.
Yeah, mine's rainbowed.
Okay, all right.
Wait. Which one? The free to play one?
Play.
Yeah, free. Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm
think-
guessing. Did you
Number
guys talk about this at the beginning? Because
We have talked
Yeah,
about this.
we
So
did,
I
we
mean,
did.
most of us are still trying to figure it out. But I mean, we said he's, I probably top 5 in terms of since we're just talking about TURs. He's probably around top 5, maybe 6th spot if you, depending on the arguments you have for some cards. But yeah, he's a very solid, good card.
I'll
So.
just jump in and say I separate them from the easy A's, but I'd go Super Saiyan 4, Gogeta 1, then I would go Broly 2, probably Gohan 3, Frieza 4, Goten and Trunks 5, something like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say for me is I'm still testing him out, and I haven't got him to level 10 links yet, but I would say top 3.
Yeah, all right.
He's 3 or 4 for me.
That's kind of where I was thinking.
3.
All right, let's move on to the next question brought to us by Taro. Taro asks, with the way they are EZAing units for these celebrations, what do you guys think the chances are that one of these guys getting an EZA for Goku, Gohan, Goten Day? STR Ultimate Gohan, Int LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan Youth, Physical Super Saiyan 2 Gohan Teen.
The last one, that's specifically the he's
The support unit?
It should be from the movie, but he's the support, right? That's what that
That's
is.
a support unit. Yeah.
Is that the one
he the one
attack and
from the
defense plus
Bojack
35% in the passive?
It's just
I believe so,
I
yeah.
don't know the global like titles because he put the global
I
title.
got you.
I think that's who it is.
Where is he? Boom.
Pretty sure I think it's attack and defense plus 30% in the passive. That's it.
He's
No,
the
well, you
Bojack
get
story
35%.
event one.
Yeah, it is. It's the physical Super Saiyan 2 Gohan.
Yeah.
But yes, I do think like that celebration is probably going to be a unit that's not on either version right now for global, and some sort of easy along those lines. I think is very possible. Absolutely, yes. All 3 of those are definitely.
EZA Gohan Goten.
Man, SG Ultimate Gohan is at the top of my list.
I was gonna say, yeah, he's number 1.
Bro, if he get that, they done did it now.
I mean, I'll tell you guys that Super Saiyan 2 Gohan listed there. If they give him Ki on his passive, he becomes a must run on all Hybrid Saiyan, Buu Saga, Goku family, Kamehameha, like all those teams. He's insane.
Dude, that support. Oh, please let that one happen.
He might be better than your high school Gohan, Talon.
Hey, that's fine. I mean, hey, I can, I can still say, you know what, this guy's summonable. High school Gohan is free to play, so you know what, they can still stand.
Remember, based upon the theme of the celebration, they've shown now that they're willing to jump all over the place. Because UI Goku came out months and months after that Ultimate Gohan.
Where's our blue Vegeta EZA?
Goku and Frieza came out over a year after that Ultimate Gohan. So.
All right, let's move on to the next question brought to us by Platty. Platty asks, what movie do you think will be represented in Dokkan's next? Which one? Okay. It's a weird way to ask that. What movie do you think will be represented in Dokkan next? Which one do you want a new Dokkan Fest LR for the most?
Hey, I don't mean to, world's strongest. That's just my personal opinion. I was talking about this like a couple of days.
Dr. Wheelo.
Man, I want a mind controlled Piccolo.
Yeah. Because he's technically in the game already, and they've shown that he would have a different name, Piccolo Possessed.
Resurrection F, easy.
Well, no, Garesh, excuse me, sir. That's Golden Week. Sorry.
Yeah, just like the last 4 years.
Yes.
Garlic
How long have you been saying that?
Is Golden Week. Dude, I love it. When it happens, I'm gonna say I called it. Never mind, I called it. Bro. Okay?
Hey, man.
Called it 4 years.
Step off, all right?
Later,
I called it.
Finally called it.
Toon already called Golden Week. He already has that.
Dude,
locked.
Garlic Jr. Phantom Zone. Dark Zone. Dead Zone.
Phantom Zone.
Yeah, the Dark Zone. Yeah.
The Dark Dimension.
Dark Dimension. Dark Zone.
Garlic Jr. in the Dark World.
Yes.
Wait.
Garlic Jr.
That's
too.
your prediction for Golden Week Toon?
Wait, why Golden? No, I was just saying that's the one I want next represented.
Yeah, just
okay. I heard Golden Week from someone else, and then you said that like right after, so I was just like, wait, you want that for Golden Week? Get out, bro. Get out.
That'd be great.
It does seem like they're moving backwards. Well, no, because they started with Turles, and he's the 3rd movie, so.
Yeah, they're jumping all over the place.
Yeah, maybe some sort of Super Saiyan Goku now would be a good time for him. I think the next Dokkan Fest, by the way, would be like April 3rd, April 4th, I think, April 2nd, something like that for JP. I would say a Super Saiyan Goku from one of these movies. From the Broly movie, that would make a lot of sense.
Well,
actually.
keep in mind that we don't have an LR cooler, and we don't have that Super Saiyan Goku.
Ooh,
LR cooler on a crap banner, but still LR cooler.
So Garesh, typically we've noticed that like sometimes it seems like there's some sort of mandate from Shueisha or something where like a lot of these games they're dropping like very similar stuff at the same time, right? Like we've seen this a lot with these games. Heroes did just have that the Goku, right? Can you?
Yeah, versus the Broly.
Yep. So that would be sick because that animation, like, not only does the animation look better than typical for Heroes, but it seems like the models were improved to me.
Yeah, well, the animations have improved a lot in that game.
Yep. So,
But for me, ROF is number 1. Number 2 is probably Path to Power. That Goku Kamehameha scene is really good.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's summonable LR worthy, honestly, I think.
Yeah, I've mentioned it before when we thought that the Saiyan Day theme could be Realm of Gods, but I still really want a Goku that drops down to base and then has the voiced active skill with the "You will not destroy my world" thing. I think that'd be sick to see that in the game.
That will break the game. My wallet, please. Don't do this to me.
As a random side choice, because we've seen now that even the most random unit, like characters, can get decent units, and even like a Dokkan Fest unit. Be kind of interesting to see a new Tapion, because it's been a while.
Yeah.
That Tech Tapion's still good to this day. Like, can we get that man in Easy A though, just to really be able to get up there with the big boys?
I mean, honestly, Dragon Fist Goku with the new animations would be instant.
Ooh, that'd be nice. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And so Broly, his Dokkan event was one of the ones that needed an update the most. Hadn't been updated since July of 2016. Super Saiyan 3 Goku is right up there as well. He needs a
Full
new
Power
stage.
Frieza low.
Well, okay, but yeah, but you know, I
Pretty
told
sure
you,
Garash will fight you on that one.
Yeah, Golden Week.
That's not going to be the Full Power Frieza one. That's Golden Frieza.
I thought you said Golden Frieza. He's
Full Power. Full Power
We-
Frieza's Dokkan event
I would
was
like
never
a new.
updated.
Yeah, I'd like a new full power Frieza Dokkan Fest. That'd be awesome.
I think that the oldest one that's never been updated is Goku, but I think Frieza's the second one, right? So yeah, he does need something ASAP for real.
All right, let's move on to the next question brought to us by Moose True. Moose True? Yeah, Moose True. Moose True asks, should they do Easy A 2s? So for guys who are Easy 8 already, they have another chance like HGL, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and STR Broly. What?
So, wait, that STR Bro is already really good.
Oh, no, I think he means the old one.
The TUR Dokkan Fest one.
Yeah, he's good.
So
My answer is no.
Okay.
I would say no. They gave him an Easy A. The unit came out 600 years ago. They're dead. It's fine.
Easy A squared.
Rest in peace, Super Saiyan 3 Broly.
Man,
Yep.
3 AG.
God, Go takes us the nail in the coffin for that guy. Oh my god. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm super happy that Gotenks got the Easy A that he did, but oh my god, it's just like, man, you guys hate Broly. You literally hate Broly.
The thing is as well, the problem with something like this is, I guess there are one or two exceptions, like Super Saiyan 3 Broly, where you could say it would be good for them to redo it because it's just so bad. But the problem is, if they start doing this, then we'll just be in the exact same position like a year or so from now, where the first units that got the Easy A2, to use that name, are going to be terrible compared to other units that just got an Easy A2, and then people will start talking about Easy A3s. So I think those older units just
or anything like that, man. I mean, come on.
Like... But yeah, I mean, so older units that got there, like for example, that Super Saiyan 3 Goku, because he's the first ever unit to get an Easy A. Obviously, eventually he's just going to have dropped off and not be good. That's just kind of the way it works. But I do think that certain units like Super Saiyan 3 Broly, you could definitely make a argument that it would be very nice if they like redid it, not like, you know, introducing a whole new Easy A on top of an Easy A. But you know, he definitely is a weird one.
I did see a lot of backlash about the Easy A Super Saiyan 3 Broly when the Gotenks' info came out. Like, it was almost as bad. I'm not going to say it was as bad as when Global got the LR Broly first, but it was really bad.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like, I don't know. It almost feels like they did people, because everyone said he was bad when he first got his Easy A. So it's one of those things where you hope that maybe they actually did take into account everyone saying this is terrible, and that's why all of the 120 leads since then haven't been nowhere near that same kind of level.
All right, let's move on to the final question brought to us by Joe Wagner. Joe asks, with the same name update now in play, what are your thoughts on the possibility of events that would allow for larger team sizes?
Huh.
Oh.
Like more than 6 units on a team?
Yeah.
Like they be doing on what is it? Explosive Chain Battle? Not Explosive Chain Battle, but
Battlefield.
Battlefield, yeah, Dokkan Battlefield.
It could be interesting because now that you can use multiple units of the same name, I don't know. That obviously it would be like a whole new game mode that would involve quite a lot of retooling. But I guess an interesting way you could look at it is by having a team of like a much bigger team, but each of those units have their own health, and then they can be defeated and like drop out. Like a mode like that would be kind of interesting, but
Like an
yes,
actual team that you bring into an event with more than 6 characters wouldn't actually change much. It would just change how often the rotations show up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you get a lot more health for sure.
Oh, I'm about to get one shot. Oh, wait a minute. I have like 500k health. Oh, we all good.
You have like 5 million health, yeah.
That's what I was saying. I guess it would be interesting if they could implement it in such a way that like it was each of the characters independently, but we're talking like whole new game mode, like game structure kind of thing, but be kind of cool.
All right. And with that, we are going to go ahead and wrap up this week's show. Thank you so much for everybody watching the show today. Huge thank you to Hydros for manning the boards, keeping the stream afloat. Don't forget to follow us on Twitch, Twitter, join the Discord, check out the Facebook fan page, the subreddit, everything. Links are everywhere. Make sure you guys lock in today. And if you miss any part of the show, fear not. All of your favorite podcasting platforms have you covered. Google, Apple, Spotify, many more. Subscribe and do not skip a beat. Join us right here tomorrow for our very next episode of the Dragon Ball Legends podcast for the Masked Ningen, Saito Raijin, Talon, Truth, and Goresh. I am Toon Rami. Thank you once again for watching. Stay tuned and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.